It's Rachel and my brother Jonathan.
Hi.
And if you're watching this, it's probably because you have heard me talk about the series my brother and I are going to do and called Ask the Trainer. So today's the first video installment, and Jonathan's going to answer questions. Now, I got in lots of questions, some on the blog post itself, some on Instagram, and then a lot through email. People wanted to remain anonymous, which I totally understand. And so since we got in a lot, to be able to answer every single question precisely as it was written would be really, really difficult and take a lot of time. So what Jonathan tried to do was put the questions together that kind of went together. So if you don't hear your exact question, chances are it will be answered in one of the other answers that Jonathan gives.
Some of them were really specific, asking about, hey, I'm at this calorie deficiency, what do I do to address this, and thoughts that go a lot deeper than just normal diet. And if need be, if you really have any questions, Rachel always references my website. On there is my email address, and any friend of Rachel's is a friend of mine, so email me and I'll be happy to help you out.
Okay, so we're going to get started with Ask the Trainer, video 1.
Well, my name is Jonathan.
Sorry.
And just so you know, I have certificates from the American Council of Exercise, the ISSA in strength training and nutrition. And if you have any other needs or any other questions about me and all that good stuff, you could just go to the website. But I'll try to address everything. The way that I understand that there's a lot of trainers, there's a wealth of information out there, and the best advice I can give right from the get-go is take what you hear from my sister, from me, and then go do the research for yourself and find out the routine that works best for you.
Yes, he's legit, guys. He knows what he's talking about. So, kind of. So, without further ado, here we go. The questions were great. What I wanted to start out with, first of all, was asking Jonathan, and through the past 2 months, Jonathan and I have talked a lot about kind of breaking down some of the myths that surround health, fitness, and exercise. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to start out with was asking Jonathan what he thinks, and this is a huge question, and he's going to give a very limited answer to it, but what he thought maybe 3 of the most common misconceptions about health and diet, fitness, weight loss are. So what would your answer be to that?
Some of the huge misconceptions about health, diet, and weight loss. In regards to diets and weight loss together, mm-hmm. And I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, so I'm going to lump the two. Most of my female clients that come to me when they're talking about diet and the things that they try, they get a lot of misinformation from a collection of diets from over the years, the fad diets, the Atkins. And I'm not saying that paleo or raw or any of those diets are right or wrong, but they collect information and they piece them together. And the most common thing that I hear is, oh, carbs are bad. Well, no, carbs are great. And fats are bad. No, fats are great. Those are huge misconceptions. It's just the proportion of which we eat them and what types of food that they're derived from. But people that try to do carb and fat deficient diets usually fail. And
so that's your number 1.
Yeah, that would be in regards to weight and diet. And when you're talking about a healthy lifestyle and living, it's really a living. It's not just one quick little decision that you make. It's committing your life to something as a whole. One of the great misconceptions is that we can buy something off of TV or at Target or at the grocery store that says slimming and trimming, and they put these big signs in front of us. And really the only idea behind that is big companies trying to sell product. A grave misconception is that there's one thing that you can do to adjust your overall health, and there's not. It is a collection of well-planned and well-thought-out steps that you need to take to get to health. The greatest misconceptions out there is that you can do something and that it's going to be easy, and it's not going to be.
Okay, so is that number 2 or 2 and 3?
That's 3. For the interest of going too long.
Basically, there's 100 misconceptions.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about health and diet, but I would say that on a whole, there's not one thing that you can go out and fix and buy. And when it comes to diets, carbs are not a bad thing, fats are not a bad thing. And yeah, we'll try to address the rest of some of the misconceptions in the questions that were asked.
Okay, so question number 1 from a reader. how much exercise is too much when starting a routine? What would you recommend when starting? What's your best advice for a beginning workout routine for someone who doesn't work out regularly and pretty much hates it?
I'm going to try to address everybody in this. Everybody comes from a different place. This question could be asked from somebody who is morbidly obese and hasn't ever worked out before. Or this could be somebody that used to be a fitness enthusiast and hasn't worked out in a long time and is getting right back to it. Please understand that my answers are trying to address everybody across the board. And what I would say is that if you're wanting to get into a workout program, consult with your physician and preferably talk with a trainer, just like myself, so that you can get a better gauge of where you're at physically before you start off, especially if you have any pre-existing injuries. That being said, if you don't and you want to just maybe start mixing things in, you actually can work out 3 to 5 days a week. A workout does not mean that you have to throw on the spandex and go to 24-hour fitness and get hit on by a bunch of guys. That is not a workout. Well, it's a workout for some. But you can actually just go for a walk. If you have kids, you can take them for a walk or go outside or play with them for 45 minutes. If you have kids, you can attest to chasing them for 45 minutes is one hell of a workout. So you can go do that. You can do, besides walking, if you don't have kids, you can go take out your dog, or you can just push yourself and start hitting the pavement. If you have not gone out for a long time and you're feeling like that might be even a little bit too much, there are workouts that can come inside of the home. There's a plethora. If you were to go to Google and type in workouts from home, there's so many options for you. But starting out, there's nothing wrong with assessing how your body is by going for 40 minutes, 50 minutes around the neighborhood, saying hi to the people in the neighborhood, getting a good walk in. And at the end, did you have to stop? Did you run out of breath? Is your heart beating through? Or were you like, that was super easy? Then you can ramp it up maybe a little bit and see how jogging is. If you have bad knees, that's a totally different scenario. But like I said, everybody's situation is a little bit different. You would want to consult your physician first. I would start doing little things like that when you're getting back into a workout on a regular basis to assess kind of where you're at physically before you start adding in any type of weight training or advanced cardio.
Okay. Next question. How do I... Okay, and I got a lot of these people.
This is the most commonly asked question I get.
You all have some serious, specific areas that you do not like. How do I get rid of the bye-bye fat, like when you're waving? Remember Oprah?
Bye-bye.
Remember Oprah when she was talking about her situation?
Yeah.
How do I get rid of my inner thighs and my muffin top? Ladies.
And guys.
No, I'm just saying, the ladies were a little specific about...
I've had guys ask about their inner thighs. Just being honest,
Wow.
You get all the questions at the gym.
I just want to lower my blood pressure. I didn't even know inner thighs for guys was an issue.
Okay,
That's
so
crazy.
the truth of the matter is I get these questions all the time. Jonathan, how do I take care of this one area of my body or this one area of my body? Everybody has their own hang-ups about their body. Certain people like aspects of their body versus not liking aspects of their body. The truth is that specific area that you're trying to get rid of fat from is an area that you spend a lot of focus and attention on. But nobody is super thin, ripped out, and has fat in just that one area. The truth is most of the time people have excess amount of fat all over their body, and that happens to also be in one of the areas that they're looking at. So if you are overall overweight, you're going to have fat in the places that you are looking that you want to remove, and probably some of the other areas as well. Which brings up the topic of spot reduction.
Not spots, because that's what I thought you meant.
No, spot reduction, meaning I just
want
to work this area. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money off of spot reduction by selling creams. Rub this cream on this area and you'll lose weight. Or you guys will see the shockers on the abs. I have guys all the time, Jonathan, how do I get abs? And so, yeah, you just put on a belt. It's amazing. Or,
getting one.
You see all the time guys and girls in the gym just doing abs and squats over and over again because they want to address their rear end or the muffin top area. Mm-hmm. You have girls that are doing all the time just so many reps on their arms because they're trying to target one area. The truth of the matter is that you need to build up muscle and lose fat. There's no real easy way to do it. Truth of the matter is if there was something magic that could spot reduce, don't you think right now you would not be watching this video and you'd be having that product? It would be on CNN, correct, MSNBC, across the world because, oh my gosh, there's this great way to target one thing. It's just not the case. You have to overall drop your body fat and be a much healthier person to get rid of areas. Now, certain people have a different genetic makeup, so they will gain weight in certain areas and lose weight in certain areas.
Yeah.
And so you'll have friends that maybe just have a big caboose, but maybe not as much bye-bye fat. And you're like, oh, I hate that about them. The truth of the matter is everybody's a little bit differently genetically, but on a whole, there's no way that you can just target fat right here.
So spot reduction is pretty much false. It's an overall losing of
Exactly.
excess body
I
fat.
can work out one area of my body all the time. There's going to be two things that result from that. One is overall I am going to be losing a certain amount of calories because I am working out that area. But the building of muscle in that area, fat does not just convert to muscle and back and forth. That's another question that I get all the time, and people think that it's true, is that, well, I was really, really like muscular once, and now it all just turned into fat because I'm not working out. No, the truth is that you lost the muscle and you just ate a lot, and then you turned to being a bigger person, and vice versa. You can build up all the muscle that you want in an area. The fat's still going to be there if you're having more calories than you burn.
Okay.
Sorry, I know a lot of people get upset about that one.
Why would you get upset? That's just the facts.
That's just the truth.
It's just the
There's going to be a
facts.
lot of hard truths in this one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. When I'm in the gym, I've heard more reps for tone and less reps for bulk. I'm afraid of bulking.
So many women in the gym don't want to lift any type of weight. Or if they do, they want to grab the pink and purple stylish ones that match their outfit.
Cute.
And it is cute. It's cute. there's a few huge problems with that thought process. It's a huge myth. The idea that the more reps that you burn come from the idea that the more repetitions that you're going to be working out, the more calorie burn that you're going to have. And so what a lot of women liked over time was the feeling of, oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of reps. And it was easier because it was less weight. And so gyms, very early on, back in the Jack LaLanne gym days, they noticed that women were really responding to the types of training that was not a lot of weight and a lot of repetitions. Because women want to be active, they want to work up a sweat. Women are just like men, they don't want anything too difficult. And they're like, this is awesome, I'm getting a great workout. They feel great at the end. But the truth of the matter is that it's not necessarily going to be doing any different thing than lifting heavier weights for a shorter amount of time. The only way that you get bulkier is based off of your diet. And you're going to hear this keep coming back to diet, but it's the truth. Muscles respond to not only the workout, but what you're feeding it afterwards. And so if you're having more calories than you're burning, you are going to be getting bulkier. If you're having a lot of more proteins and you're lifting a lot of heavier weights, then you are going to build bigger weight. The biggest concern that a lot of women have is they see a lot of women that are a lot bigger lifting a lot of weights, or they see guys in the gym throwing around big weight and they associate that you have to be getting bulkier that way. That's just not the truth. Women don't release as much testosterone. They're not going to be able to repair their muscles as strongly as men are. That's just that's just scientific fact. And so unless you are injecting testosterone, like a lot of female bodybuilders do, or you have a diet that's regimented to be a female bodybuilder, you do not have to worry about doing bigger weight. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to stress yourself a little bit more, release a little bit more testosterone in your body, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and you're going to burn a lot of calories. I would suggest as a trainer, not doing the 25 to 30 reps, but not doing the 4 reps at a weight that you can't handle. Find a weight that's good for you inside of the gym and mix your sets anywhere from 8 to 12 repetitions. You can change it up every once in a while, and if you want to do 20 reps of something or 6 reps of another, that's fine because muscle confusion is great. But there's no one pat answer to how should I be lifting light or should I be lifting heavy. You should be challenging yourself for your whole workout and challenging all the muscles while you're doing the workout.
Okay. Another question I got from a lot of people was wanting specific healthy snacks.
This vodka is great.
It's water, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez. Anyways, asking for some options for good healthy snacks, good healthy eating. Jonathan, what do you have to say about that?
Vodka.
No.
No.
Inappropriate. Unacceptable. No.
Good healthy snacks. Let me address that as well. Everybody comes from a different place dietarily. I have so many different friends, nutritionalists, people that advise to go all kinds of different ways with diet. I am not a certified nutritionalist. I build my diets based upon the goals of what my clients are. And so a good snack for one person might not be a good snack for somebody else. There are people that are vegan, eat all raw, do the 80-10-10 diet, do the Atkins diet, do protein loading, the paleo. There's all kinds of different ways for people to address their specific goals, and a lot of that has to do with food. So I'm going to try to address the food that goes across the board and is great for everybody, and it's a big staple in my diet, and that's vegetables. And you're like, ugh, I said a good snack. Well, I'm sorry. But the truth of the matter is...
No Cheez-Its.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is that if you're trying to get a snack out of a box or at a grocery store and not something fresh, it's probably not good for you. And that's just across the board.
That's hard for people, though.
It's very hard. It's very hard because we want easy. The truth of the matter is doing things easy for a long time takes away the easy option when we're trying to get back to being thin.
Oh.
Like that?
So smart.
Oh, shut up. Stupid. So I would say vegetables are the way to go. And you're like, really, Jonathan?
No, but
really?
there's a lot of really...
Broccoli? I'm going to eat broccoli all day?
Yeah, steam it. Sorry. There's some good vegetables, though, and some good vegetable options.
There is. And the big thing about that is that they can be filling. And if you're looking for snacks, you really shouldn't be porking out anyway. Snacks are not found at fast foods or in a box because usually you end up eating the whole thing. Whereas vegetables are filled with fiber and good waters, and they're great for your system. And so if you want maybe just one fun idea off the top of my head, I'm a just fanatic for chips and salsa. And that was one of the hardest things for old school Jonathan that he always wanted was chips, salsa, guacamole, a couple of margaritas, some shots. Wow. Fun times, okay? But you can't do that if you're trying to get to a place of good health. What I would recommend is getting a cucumber, dicing that thing up into small slices. And I know you're thinking, great,
no,
a
it's
cucumber.
Good.
Get a cucumber. It's fresh, it's crisp. And then what you can do is take a half an avocado, maybe put in a little bit of lime salt, and crunch that up with lemon. Mix it all in there. You have a little bit of homemade avocado. You're getting good fats, but you're not overeating on the portion. The cucumber is full of water. It's going to give you a much more filled feeling. And it's kind of a fun snack, too, because you're sitting there, you're dipping, and it'll fill you up. Yep. And so that's a good snack for people to have.
There's lots of, everybody's been asking me what I eat, and I think we feel like we're limited to the vegetables we know and understand. But if you haven't had, prior to the decision you're making now or the lifestyle you're now, if you haven't had exposure to vegetables, you also don't know that there is a plethora of vegetables that are at your fingertips. If you have a Whole Foods or a Sprouts or, even regular grocery stores are starting to have wonderful vegetable options, vegetables you probably are not aware of. And, dice them up, and there's so many different things. If you have a Pinterest account or you are versed at shopping on blogs for good recipes, there are so many wonderful recipes out there using no processed foods and dressings and whatnot, but using vegetables and fresh lime and seasoned salt and whatever. There's lots of options. I think there's lots. It just takes some time.
And we'll probably address that. We're at 18 minutes.
It's
Are you want to keep going?
Let's just keep going. We're
going to plow through, and if you don't like it, you can fast forward or just start up again tomorrow. We're going to plow through. We're on a roll.
We are.
Yeah.
Top. Okay, so we think we're on a roll.
This is awesome.
We are
so entertaining.
You might not think we're on a roll, but we do. Okay, so if someone isn't ready, I got 3 of these. If someone isn't ready for a radical lifestyle makeover, what's one good thing that they can do to begin a healthier life?
Okay. Well, most of you guys are driven here by the internet. You follow my sister's blog, and you are probably savvy to the internet. And so when you go to any website, you got to type in www. So just use www. And this is something that I'll tell anybody that just wants the quickest, easiest, most efficient way to think. The first W out of those 3 W's is water. As Americans, we consume so little water compared to what our body needs. That is not, there are so many countries that need water. I'm not saying that we don't get our plethora or our full, but all of our drinks that we have are not water. We just need regular water, nothing sugared, nothing that's added, regular water, and lots of it. Keep our systems fluid. Rush that stuff through. You're eating foods throughout the day, good or bad. If you don't have fluids going through, it's so bad for the endocrine system, our digestive system. We need water. I would say go for a gallon a day. Bring around just one of those little guys as a
Be
sippy.
close to the bathroom.
Yep, stay close to the bathroom.
For
How
at least
how
2
horrible?
weeks.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
2
But
weeks.
it's very healthy, and burns calories. Just so you know, drinking cold water
so
burns
water.
calories. Walk. If you are not ready for a radical lifestyle makeover, you already walk everywhere. You walk to the fridge, you might as well walk outside. It's really nice. Go for walks.
Sassy.
As long as you go out and get a walk,
Sassy.
it's just nice. It's so nice to get out. You're going to feel better about yourself. You might break a little bit of a sweat, but whatever. Go around, see your neighbors. Walk, write a letter, and walk down to the post office.
Yeah.
Just find reasons to go for walks. They're fantastic.
Walk,
for you.
water, and
She's trying to cut me off.
Nope.
I'm going to spend more time talking
Nope.
about walks now.
Nope.
Ask yourself why in regards to anything that you're about to eat. Remember, diet is one of the biggest things about what we're doing. And if you sit down and literally ask yourself, why am I eating this right now? Because I want it. Well, if your answer is what you want it, then you're not really addressing what you might really want. If you really want to get better looking, better in shape, then you might not want to eat that. So always ask yourself, why am I about to eat this? Or why am I about to make this decision? Well, it's a lot easier. Well, you're going the easy route. Once again, it's going to cause the problems that you find yourself in right now. Always ask yourself why before you're about to do anything diet.